about IQ. He understands the sport. He looks at it in a mental sense. He knows what he needs to do.
Yes, he did. He said, well, if Ray Leonard could beat Marvelous Marvin Hagler, then Terence Crawford can beat Canelo Alvarez.
Terence got a great chance to beat him, man. You know what I mean? Terence can box. Terence can move. Terence can punch. You know what I mean? Terence ain't gonna be doing like Skull.
Lennox Lewis expressed amazement at Terence Crawford's intense preparation for the upcoming Canelo fight. Praising Crawford's discipline, sharp boxing IQ, and unshakable focus, Lewis highlighted that Crawford always knows how to find the path to victory. He stressed that such dedication clearly proves Crawford is fully prepared and ready to embrace the monumental challenge ahead.
Stay at the top and be at the top. He moves very well. He's a very elusive mover, and his work rate is high.
I won't ask you who's going to win the fight because I know it's a question you've probably been asked a million times, but I will ask you, do you think this fight goes the distance, or do you think this fight ends inside the distance?
Interesting.
Brian BoMac McIntyre, the longtime trainer of Terence Crawford, has made it clear that the magnitude of this moment does not overwhelm his fighter. He explained that Crawford feels no pressure ahead of this historic clash with Canelo Alvarez, treating it as just another obstacle in his storied career. According to McIntyre, Crawford has dedicated himself with laser focus, entering this battle with meticulous preparation and flawless execution. His training has been sharp, precise, and entirely built on strategy. McIntyre emphasized that Crawford's mindset is steady, his body is fully conditioned, and his plan is clear. For Crawford, the goal isn't about the hype or occasion. It's about proving, once again, that he is the finest pound-for-pound boxer alive today.
Have a fight rather than maybe boxing.
No, I don't think there's no pressure on Terence because Terence will fight the way that he's used to fight. So by saying all that stuff that Turkey say or anybody else say, that doesn't bother Terence not one bit. You know, we train for one way, the way we're going to fight, and that's the way we're going to get the job done.
When people talk about this fight and they talk about the outcome of the fight, the sort of narrative online is that, look, Terence was moving up in weight, but we all know Terence can crack. When that fight was made with Errol Spence, it was seen as a 50-50 fight, and in reality what it was one of the most destructive performances I've ever seen. Should fans be surprised if Terence could manage to stop Canelo?
I think their fans are going to be surprised when he dismantled Canelo. You know, the more time goes on, the more time Terence can settle into that weight, the worse it's off for his opponent.
The last one from me, because I know this time is now at that minute as you were talking, so I just have one more question. If he manages to get through Canelo Alvarez, does that cement his place on the Mount Rushmore of boxing?
You just answered the question.
Rhetorical.
Legendary commentator Larry Merchant drew a powerful comparison between historic battles of the past and the highly anticipated showdown between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. Reflecting on Sugar Ray Leonard's unforgettable triumph over Marvin Hagler, Merchant reminded fans that many once doubted Leonard's chances against the bigger, stronger champion. Yet Leonard's speed, precision, and tactical brilliance carried him to victory. Merchant suggested that Crawford finds himself in a remarkably similar situation today. Once again, a smaller, quicker technician must rise against a naturally larger, more powerful opponent. He emphasized that Crawford possesses the skill set, ring IQ, and agility needed to replicate Leonard's masterclass. According to Merchant, success will depend on footwork, timing, and command of the fight's rhythm. In his view, the blueprint already exists, and Crawford has the tools to execute it flawlessly.
I asked the great Larry Merchant, I said, do you think Terence Crawford has a chance to beat Canelo Alvarez? And Larry said, Jim, did Ray Leonard get an official decision victory over Marvelous Marvin Hagler? And I said, yes, he did. He said, well, if Ray Leonard could beat Marvelous Marvin Hagler, then Terence Crawford can beat Canelo Alvarez. And I said, why do you say that? He said, same equation. Get in, get out. Get in, get out. Yeah. Over and over and over. He's got to figure the angles and the approaches that will allow him to step in, land to the body, or occasionally upstairs, and then get out. That's what Ray did so effectively against Hagler.
Pogianis, a respected trainer, delivered a bold take on the upcoming showdown, claiming that Canelo Alvarez has often shown frustration against slick, mobile fighters. He warned that Terence Crawford is precisely the kind of opponent who can test Canelo's patience. Unlike past challengers such as Billy Joe Saunders or Caleb Plant, Crawford brings far greater mastery, creating sharp angles, delivering clean counters, and placing rivals in uncomfortable situations. According to Pogianis, the true key to victory won't be raw power, but who dictates the rhythm of the fight. If Crawford can successfully disrupt Canelo's timing and flow, it could open the door to a monumental, career-defining triumph for him.
See, and all that. If he can't touch you, you know what I mean? That's it. You know what I mean?
Now, did watching that make you feel like Terence Crawford has better than a 50% chance? After watching, I know we've seen him against Lara back in the day, but
Right.
now this is supposed to be a new and improved Canelo.
Yeah. I think, like I said, Terence got a great chance to beat him, man. You know what I mean? Terence can box. Terence can move. Terence can punch. You know what I mean? Terence ain't gonna be doing like Skull. Terence gonna fight you. You know what I mean? He's Terence from the street, man. You know what I mean? He know what to do. You know what I mean? When it comes down to it, I think he's gonna find it frustrating, Canelo. You know what I mean?
So what's the right way? Because Skull was moving too much. Is as soon as he as soon as you turn him,
Yeah.
then is that when you start firing off?
Well, see, the thing is, the right way, the way I would have my fighter doing is I'm boxing him, you know what I mean? And he coming at me, I'm hitting him, pop, 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 pop. And soon he gets set, I'll tie him up. Walking to the center. You know what I mean? We cruise to the ropes and do the same thing good. Keep on frustrating, hit with the jab. Boom, boom. Keep on moving, but also hitting him though. You know what I mean? And he gets frustrated, then he let his guards down. And it was a good night.
Bernie Thaw, a seasoned boxer and key figure in Terence Crawford's camp, delivered a stern warning to Canelo Alvarez ahead of their clash. Speaking with conviction, he declared that Canelo is the perfect stylistic matchup for Crawford. According to Bernie, Canelo's methodical and powerful approach, while effective, can become predictable, something Crawford thrives on exploiting. He praised Crawford's instincts, discipline, and fearlessness, highlighting his unique ability to read opponents and adjust seamlessly during a fight. Bernie insisted that Crawford is not preparing merely to participate in a super fight, but to take control and dominate it. He stressed that Crawford knows the exact formula for victory and is prepared to endure any hardship necessary to secure his place at the very top.
Well, a lot of people are saying about Crawford's age, but, no boxing, no life, as Canelo would say. And Crawford still, in age, but he ain't took no punishment. He's cautious. He works hard throughout these years. So, of course you're gonna, you gotta count that in the factor. But in his heart and his mind and his spirit, he's still youthful about boxing. He loves boxing, and this is one way to get him up. He's a challenge guy. He loves a challenge, and Canelo is the biggest challenge you can get. We got to go up 2 weight classes, really 3 weight classes to get a guy like that. Hardest puncher, great counter puncher, tons of experience, undisputed champion, unified champion, a couple of divisions champion, and so we didn't get the Pacquiao or the Mayweather, but we getting Canelo, and nothing comes easy to Team Crawford, and expect us to look good on the 12th. Expect us to come out victorious September 12th.
We obviously just saw his fight against Skull, and people didn't obviously enjoy it, the back foot boxing from Skull and whatever.
Yeah.
But what fight can fans expect from Bud? Because a lot of people think that it'll be similar to that or the Charlo fight or whatever like that.
The one thing about Crawford is he got guts. Them bums ain't have no guts. Them bums didn't want to win. Crawford want to win. That's it. It ain't about no belt. It ain't about nothing. You didn't sign the contract. We want to win, and we want to be the best, and he is the best. So that's what's going to be the difference. Crawford got guts. He got a fighting spirit. So when you see Crawford, he going to go in there and get busy with Canelo. Don't you even doubt that. You understand? You ain't never seen Crawford stay on the back foot in no fight in his life. You understand? He the type of guy to go get you. So expect him to go get him. We're going to do everything we can to him. We're going to do whatever we got to do. But one thing you can expect is Crawford is going to step to him. Because you can't beat Canelo going on the back foot forever. You got to go get him. You got to do something. And he better know Crawford is coming.
Terence Crawford's preparation for Canelo Alvarez has led him to seek sparring partners capable of replicating the Mexican champion's style and power. Among them is Lester Martinez, a skilled fighter with vast professional experience and an impressive resume. Martinez has been pushing Crawford in training, applying constant pressure, physical strength, and crafty ring tactics that mirror Canelo's approach. Reports from camp suggest that Crawford has looked sharp and composed throughout these sessions, showcasing his trademark counterpunching, precision, and adaptability. By sparring with opponents like Martinez, Crawford is conditioning himself to handle the power and size of a true super middleweight, ensuring he enters fight night fully prepared for the intensity and challenges Canelo will bring inside the ring.
Preparation.
Yeah.
From sparring, like Terence being with Lester Martinez, he's about as good a concoction you could hope for as a sparring partner. I need a guy who can come forward with good timing, who's sharp, got good power in both hands. Lester Martinez for Terence Crawford. If you're Canelo, I need a guy that can switch. I need a guy with length. I need a guy with power, with skill. He gets Darrell Valsaint, who's 6'1", 154. He switch hits, southpaw, mostly southpaw like Terence, but can switch. Good long. His arms are almost the exact same length as Terence Crawford. And he's a young 23-year-old good athlete. And then I don't know if Canelo's sparring with Marco Verde, who won the silver medal for Mexico, but Marco Verde would, again, 5'11", long arms, southpaw, can switch. I would think between Darrell Valsaint and Marco Verde, Canelo's getting awesome preparation. And then Terence with Lester Martinez. This is speculative, but someone did mention it to me on Twitter when I was talking about Canelo preparing with Valsaint. They go, well, Lester Martinez had to go home with migraines and pull out of a fight, and he was sparring with Terence Crawford. So, I mean, it's speculative, but you're like, well, if you put 2 and 2 together, if he was getting migraines for sparring Terence Crawford and had to pull out of a fight because of it, then that must mean Terence Crawford is doing well in the gym.
Analysts and boxing legends are buzzing with excitement as Terence Crawford prepares to face Canelo Alvarez in one of the most intriguing style clashes in modern boxing. Canelo is known for his patient, punishing approach, breaking opponents down with body shots, uppercuts, and calculated pressure. Crawford, by contrast, thrives on rhythm, creativity, and adaptability, using his ability to switch stances, pivot, and counter with surgical precision. Some experts believe Canelo's predictable combinations could be timed and punished by Crawford's unpredictability, while others argue that Canelo's raw power and counterpunching ability pose a unique danger Crawford has never faced. Former champions like Zab Judah and Daniel Jacobs have praised Crawford's sharpness and resilience but cautioned that he must stay disciplined. Meanwhile, Canelo's camp is sharpening his tools with younger sparring partners to mirror Crawford's speed and agility. With both fighters fully prepared, this bout promises to be an unforgettable chess match of power versus intelligence, strategy versus improvisation. If you're hyped for this mega fight, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more explosive boxing updates.